Hi once again. No, this is not about telephones. I'm happy as well. You can see my new pussycat, Tabitha. Beautiful pussy. She's 7 years old, so she's not a youngster, but nor am I. So, I was so pleased to get her. It was from Battersea Dogs and Cats Home, who are very, very good. And as I say, I cannot say more, they're really good. I applied for her about a week or so ago, and obviously one turned up, which they had checked her over, done all the necessaries, chipped her, so have a chip, and very, very good. I was well pleased. As I say, I learnt a bit that day, because I thought, well, shall I drive to Battersea or get a taxi, hire car? And I thought, I'm getting old now, blow driving uptown, pay me to pay a driver, taxi driver, private car driver, and that's what I did. And the name of the gentleman's Hamid. He done very, very well. How they put up with the driving standards in this country now, I was amazed. As I say, all right, I've got a car. I've been driving since I was a bloody kid. But driving uptown is something that I haven't done for a while, and fortunately I didn't do it going to Battersea. Hamid done it, and he done a very good job. Lovely car, but what amazed me, everywhere's 20-mile limits. I thought, blimey, it's everywhere. It was rare to see 30. Whether this is cutting down accidents, I don't know. But anyhow, that's one thing that shook me. Anyhow, we got to Battersea. I hadn't seen Battersea for years, so that had all changed. The power station just looked totally different. So many new buildings there. Really, it's changed. London, I know Battersea's not really London, although it's part of London. I'm following the cat round. Excuse the mess in here. Things changed, and I know when I used to drive around town, when I was on outside broadcasts with the telephones, BT, British Telecom, the GPO, I used to know, I wouldn't say inside out, but we had to know London pretty well, because you'd suddenly be called to go to a certain place to set up a outside broadcast. But they were the days. God, I can't remember when it was. Well, I got out of BT in '91, so it was before then. It must have been 80s or something. But the roads were busy then, but nothing like now. I just couldn't believe it. So many roads have been restricted, so they didn't seem to use the full width of the road. I don't know why. It just seems crazy. I'm glad I don't drive. Well, I do drive, but I wouldn't drive uptown. So that was that. So it was an education. And Battersea, they really do well. As I say, Paul O'Brady used to do programmes from Battersea. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. A great shock. And of course, I recognise a lot of the places there when I got in there, but not to the cattery department, which was really well run. They certainly love their animals, no two ways about it. And as I say, I brought Tabitha home. I kept her name. No point in changing the name. She's known as as Tabitha. Excuse all the mess, just sort of talking and standing here. As I say, it was a very good day yesterday, and as I say, thanks to Hamid, who, without him, I would have never have made it. I don't think I would have got halfway to Battersea. It seems just round the corner, but it's not. Oh, the pussycat's meowing. I don't know if you can hear her. Excuse me, let's have a little look. Where's she? All right. She's upstairs. As I say, she's had a bit of difficulty with her rear legs, but she can get up the stairs, and that's the first thing she did when she came in here. I was supposed to put her in one room, but that is harder to do. She had the full run of the place, and the first place she visited was up the stairs. And I say, excuse the mess as I show up there. I don't know, she might have gone to sleep again, I don't know. There she is. Yeah, you're on camera now. I know. I think you're going to like it here. I like you here anyhow. Yeah, I know. Beautiful. Well looked after at Battersea. They definitely really do well to their animals. I had as I put a video up when I lost my old cat, a local, I'm not going to give the names obviously, but an animal rescue place which is near me, and I thought, oh well, I'll see if they will do me an older cat. And the owner or the person in charge wouldn't allow me to have it. They said, no, you're too old, you're likely to drop dead. And I thought, my God, what a thing to say. And then he also added by saying, oh, no one else will let you have a cat, which was a lie. But anyhow, I'm glad I went to Battersea and they looked after me, as I'm going to look after this lovely pussycat. It's a little girl. But she, as I say, she seemed to take to me as soon as I met her at Battersea. There was no fear or anything. And she's just a beautiful cat. Anyhow, that's more or less how my story's gone. This is why I haven't put anything up for a couple of days on telephones. I've been so engrossed with sorting the pussy out. And always reminds me of Mrs. Slocum. She always talked about her pussy. I can't help laughing, but say such things they would never get away with now, but it did in those days. And Are You Being Served was quite an amusing programme. And Mrs. Slocum with her pussy, yeah, that was good. I always used to laugh. Anyhow, I'm going to pop downstairs. Excuse the mess. I also bought something off of eBay. I'll go downstairs. I'm a bit dodgy on my legs as well, so we're both dodgy on pins. I my rice cooker, we didn't pack up, but the bowl that you put the rice in, it's one of these non-stick devices. Well, the non-stick device don't go anymore. It's a well-made one. It's made by Midea, which is a Chinese concern. In fact, I think Midea make a lot of TVs now, or they're certainly connected with TVs. Anyhow, I'd fed up by keep using it and have to get rid of half the rice which stuck to the at the bottom of the pan, and I treated myself to this one. I knew nothing about these. This is model number, if anyone wants to know, there's the model number. If you can see that. You probably won't get it over here, because if you look at it careful, and this was half of the pleasure. Look what the actual writing around there, if you can make it out. This model was obviously, I would think, the top of the range model, as sold in Korea. It's a Korea version, and it's even so much so is the Korean plug, which is a 2-pin plug, which is in our adapter. So this would probably not be allowed in England because it hasn't got an earth lead, but it's perfectly safe. It's a double insulated cable, but it's genuinely from Korea, and obviously whoever had this before me looked after it. Very, very good. There's, you know, I know the inner pan's got a little bit of mark in there, but quality, I couldn't believe it. Well, I picked this up for about 30 quid. I knew nothing about it, and I thought, that's a gamble. All right, I don't speak the language, but there's YouTube where they talk about these, so I'll work it out. And I did. It made a nice bit of rice today, so it seems to be working. It's very clever. It's a high frequency heater as well. It's got IH on there, which means it's high frequency. It's also under pressure, so it's like a pressure cooker. You've got that there, which is the release valve, and to turn it on, I've turned it on or off, so it's well made. I can't tell you how to work it. I'm doing it by trial and error. I know how to cook rice, which is the main thing. You make sure this is turned to, so that turns on, so that would be working the pressure cooker part. That's the release valve there, and you'd simply press this button here, which is marked with OK Korean. Once you press that there, and the screen comes up, and you get a moving, like a square that moves, and that's all you need to do. The next thing you know, it speaks to you, once again in Korean, not in English. It speaks to you, and then it seems to quieten down, but then you get a row of numbers, I think from 10 or 12, which count down to 1 and 0, and when 0 is reached, you're ready to take the rice out. And yeah, it works fine. So it was a good buy. I'm just about to give a good feedback to the owner. This was well packed as well, and heavy. I can't believe the size of it. It's next door to the old the other cooker. The most important thing, got that, and you've got the microwave. That's all you really need. Oh, and of course toasters. A couple of toasters there. Anyway, I'm jabbering too long. It's a wonder this little camera still works. So I'm gonna shut up now. And as I say, I'm very, very grateful to the Battersea Dogs and Cats Home. They've done an excellent job. I'm very grateful to them, and to Hamid, my driver. So once again, thank you to all of you, and also thank you to the seller of that, which looks fine. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. So thanks for watching. Any comments, please make. Thank you.